and we all got to be brave. Each man has a brother. Remember, each man's dream as your own. You can live in this world all by yourself. Oh no, you can make it alone. Just as sure as you try to make it by yourself. You're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody else. No man is an island. No man standing alone. Treat each man as your brother. Remember, each man's dream is your own. Each man, and you are all of me. Ooh, yeah. You can't live in this world all by yourself. Oh no, you can make it to know. Just as sure as you try to make it by yourself. You're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody else. No man is an island. No, no man stands alone. Treat each man as your brother. Remember, each man.
When I first took the stage and the band Stay Human, we were venturing outside of the jazz world. We were trying to figure out ways to reach people who didn't typically go to concert halls or jazz venues and think about jazz as something that they enjoyed. It wasn't in the social context for them. So we started to play in rock and roll venues, punk venues. We played in all of these different hip hop clubs and opened for different rap artists. And along that journey, we got booed once. One of the 3 times that the band has gotten booed in our entire existence. Now, I know that sounds like, oh, well, 3 times getting booed, you got to fail somewhere. But for us, we were used to playing into rooms where people would be elated to just see us before we even played a note. Because it's like, wow, you have young people who are interested in jazz? Great. So we stepped on stage. As soon as we played the first note, I remember the audience was like, go home, boo! And I was like, wait a minute, maybe we should change what we're doing. And then 5 minutes into trying to change it on the fly, no rehearsal, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the script. I started playing what we always play, Through the Boos. They started playing, the band got into it, they stuck to it, the crowd was booing, we got louder. They got louder, we got louder. Back and forth until finally my good friend Joe, who I met at the age of 16, and we've still been playing together ever since. He's a drummer and tambourine player. He takes his tambourine, he's playing a solo, and the intensity must have gotten to him because he knocks the mic stand over with the tambourine. Bah! The mic hits the floor. There's feedback. The first time in 20 minutes throughout the set, there's silence. Everybody's looking at each other. And then slowly they all start to clap. And in that moment, in some small dive bar several years ago in Philadelphia, opening for whoever was the hot flavor of that month, I realized something very, very profound. Don't change who you are to fit the circumstances around you. At a certain point, you're going to be in a place where nobody around you is like you or has your values. But when you reach that point, that's where you embolden them. That's when your values become stronger. And that's when your character really comes to the test. And when you come out on the other side of that, you've really made progress in defining who you are and who you want to be. The part about who you can help along the way, I truly believe that's something that comes from God. Finding time to meditate and pray apart from the world and all the things that can pull and tug at your time is very important, because once you do the work, you have to have the purpose behind the work. The purpose behind the work has to come from a divine place. Money and accolades are great, but I tell you what, that's not what it's about. You can have all the money in the world and be completely unhappy. In some of the countries we've toured in, they have nothing. And those are some of the smilingest people you ever see. Take a piece of paper, write down at the top, this is who I am. And then just start listing things. Doesn't matter how disparate or varied they are. Just start listing things. And then figure out ways to combine the things that you have listed. My list would read something like red beans and rice, basketball, piano, Duke Ellington. But when you make those connections, that's your integrity. When you make those connections, that's who you are in its rawest sense. And you're not worried about the money and the accolades that will come. But force yourself to be creative. Embrace the uncomfortable. Embrace the uncomfortable and make sense out of it. And the second exercise I would urge you to do is write down at the top of another sheet of paper, these are my prayers. And think about who, what, and how you want to serve other people with that first list. This will guide you, and it will always change. It will always evolve. It will grow over the years. But ultimately, that's what it's all about.
If you need me, yes, just call me. And if you want me, baby, you can find me. I'll be waiting, yes, I'm yearning. Yes, I'm yearning, yes, for Philadelphia. I'm gonna give you all my love, yes, I'm waiting for you. Light your fire like no one else could do. Give you our desire and you know that it's true. Yes, I'm waiting for you. Come on over. Yes, don't want to. Hurry over. Yes, don't want to. Let's get started. Together, I can see that even the marriage. Oh, boy, yeah. If you want my love, yes, I'm waiting for you. Light your fire like no one else can do. If you want desire and you know that it's true. Yes, I'm waiting for you. Hurry over. Don't want to have you now. Together, hey. Just see, I'm gonna give you all my love because I'm waiting for you. Light your fire like no one else could do. If you are tired and you know that it's true. Yes, I'm waiting for you. Hurry over. Yeah, I can love you. Yeah, just better be ready. Yes, yes, I can feel needs, yeah. People care. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, come along, yeah. Hey, see, I'm gonna give you all my love, yes, I'm waiting for you. Like to fight you like no one else could do. You are tired and you know that it's true. Yes, I'm waiting for you. I'm your man, yes, I know. And it's
Old pirates, yes, they rob us. Sold us to the merchant ships. Moments after they took us from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Oh, you help to sing these songs of freedom, 'cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. Ooh. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Nothing but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy. They can't stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's all just a part of it. We gotta fulfill the book. Oh, you help to sing these songs of freedom, 'cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. Don't be afraid to shine out of the darkness brightly. A light doesn't hide, it shines for all to see. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Yes, it's all a part of it, and it fulfills
Keep fast, spreading universal message. Peace, love, and what's wrong with the world today? They're leading the children astray. We've got to save them before it's too late. Yeah. What's wrong with the world today? See the people never disobey. We've got to save them before it's too late.
Ou quand on regarde la situation peut te rendre ding. Les manipulations des leaders fanatiques vont te rendre ding. Quand c'est nation contre nation, ce ne sont que des frères de deux des frères conflits et guerre économique de l'Afrique aux confins de l'Inde. Apprendre à abuser le ciel et la terre finissent par faire de la rébellion. Demande-toi si l'héritage de nos pères pourrait se soustraire à la destruction. Mais c'est l'heure de réaliser qu'il faudrait tout changer et mobiliser nos volontés pour mériter toujours l'exceptionnel.
Look at the climatic situation. Trying trees and vegetation. Yeah. The farmers them who feed the nation. They are living in a pain and frustration. The politicians them not do a thing. How them so unfair and conniving. What to me it could never be for you. Give unto a man what is rightfully due.
Yeah, une crise mondiale est annoncée. De quelle planète les enfants vont-ils hériter? Faudrait qu'on se reprenne avant l'issue fatale. Ouais. Une crise mondiale est annoncée. Pour les lois de la nature qu'ils ont tous transgressées, on devra les stopper avant l'issue fatale.
I know we can make it work. Got to take care of Mother Earth. Got to put the little children first. Cause we don't really wanna see them hurt. Got to take care of the land and sea. Wanna see the little children free. Beloved, the future for you and me is just one love and harmony. Hey.
Une crise mondiale est annoncée. De quelle planète les enfants vont-ils hériter? Faudrait qu'on se reprenne avant l'issue fatale. Ouais. Une crise mondiale est annoncée. Pour les lois de la nature qu'ils ont tous transgressées, on devra les stopper avant l'issue fatale.
What's wrong with the world today? See they're leading the children astray. We've got to save them before it's too late. Yeah. What's wrong with the world today? See the people never disobey. We've got to save them before it's too late.
Du nord au sud, à l'est, à l'ouest, des milliers militants nous ouvrent les portes. La fraternité comme étendard, des milliers militants veulent qu'on s'en sorte. Intellectuels, écolo, mystique nous donne l'influence la plus forte. On élimine nos divergences pour que le bon côté l'emporte. Mais loin de ce présent gâché par des conflits, le temps aura raison de leur soif de profit. Malgré les premiers signes, ils n'ont toujours pas compris que c'est de nos actions que dépend notre survie.
What's wrong with the world today? They're leading the children astray. We've got to save them before it's too late. What's wrong with the world today? See the people that might disobey. We've got to save them before it's too late.
Grand Risings, family, Grand Risings. Welcome to the galaxy of Fui.net. Ah, boy. Libations need to be poured right now. Tell you.
In this exercise, we seek to acquire the principle of Heru. The symbol of Heru is a hawk. This symbol is used because the hawk is a hunting animal that can focus on its prey from a distance high in the sky, then come down and grasp it in its talons with pinpoint precision. Heru is a warrior. He is fearless, and his will to succeed is unparalleled. Heru refuses to be distracted from his quest of victory over his lower self. The lower self that tends to distract us from success in life by keeping us unfocused, lazy, with low energy, and easily led into self-defeating behaviors and thoughts. The second step on our journey to Amenta becomes the quest to achieve a state of concentration. This means that the mind is clear of all external thoughts, that we are simply in a state of observing the movement of the breath into and out of the body. Through the practice of this technique, you will acquire the ability to concentrate at a much higher level. In doing this, you are invoking the power of your will. By developing the power of concentration through the practice of this technique, you will be able to start and finish the short-term and long-term tasks and goals that you set for yourself. You will be able to have greater ability to study and tune out distractions. In order to be successful, you must train the mind and shape it to the will of your higher consciousness. This can only be achieved through understanding the science of breath. Begin by assuming your comfortable position, sitting on a chair, sitting in the cross-leg position with your back against the wall, or lying on the floor in the mummy pose with your hands on your chest or your arms on the floor next to your body. Continue to focus on your breathing. Feel the slow inhalation filling up your body and the slow exhalation, which would allow your mind and body to continue to relax. Observe yourself as you breathe in. Observe yourself as you breathe out. Notice that the mind tends to want to wander. Notice that the mind tends to want to daydream. Notice that the mind tends to want to attach itself to thoughts of the past, the present, and the future as they filter onto the screen of your mind's eye. In order to master concentration, you must master the tendency of the mind to wander. Keep your mind focused by simply observing the path that the breath makes upon entering and leaving your body. You must experience the breath. You must experience the breath in all of its subtleties. You must experience the breath in all of its awesome power. Watch the flow of the breath into your nostrils. Observe the breath as it flows into your nostrils, up into your sinus cavity, into the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. Experience the coolness that the breath brings to that area between the eyebrows and along the walls of your nostrils. Observe as the breath flows down into the earth chamber, the lowest part of your abdomen, 3 inches below your navel. Observe as the breath rises from the earth chamber into the mid-body, up into the upper body, up the back of your neck to the crown chakra at the top of your head. You will experience this as the actual air you are breathing in, filling up your lungs and your body. You will experience this as the energy from the air you are taking in, filling up your lungs and moving through the energy channels of your body. Now slowly release the breath through your nostrils and experience the warm breath slowly leaving your body. Experience the breath emptying from your lungs and from your body. Experience your body release downward towards the earth that you are resting upon. Repeat the breathing process, slowly moving the breath into and out of your body. Observe your relaxation increasing Observe your concentration increasing. Observe and experience this process as you continue to breathe, filling your body up and then emptying it slowly and steadily. This is the process you want to keep your attention on and focus of your mind on. If you notice your mind deviating from the observation and experience of this process, then refocus your attention onto the breathing process. Refuse to let your mind wander. Become like Heru, the principle of focus, willpower, and determination. Become like Heru, the principle of single-minded purpose. Acquire the ability to stay on the task that you seek to accomplish. Practice this technique daily until you are able to maintain your control for an increasingly higher amount of time each time you practice. Do not become frustrated. Diligent practice is guaranteed to yield positive results. We must become like Heru, a warrior, not engaged in warfare, but in the battle for higher consciousness and mastery of the self. The peaceful warrior. Focus and become.
What do you mean? What is it that you want from me? Nothing. We're brothers. Yo, just because we brothers, don't make us family, all right? You don't know shit about me. Maybe that's why I'm here. What, you keep coming down here to make yourself feel good? How could you say that? Look at me. Look at me. I've been locked up in here for 3.5 fucking years. I ain't got no future. I ain't got no friends, no family. I ain't got nothing. You know what? Do yourself a favor and stop coming down here. Just forget about me. You're right. I don't know you or anything about your life. And I can only imagine everything that you've been through. But I do know what it feels like to be broken. Like a part of you can never feel completely whole. And despite what you may think you know about me, I was orphaned too, just like you were. And we may not be family, but we are brothers, twin brothers. And people in this world wish they can have what we have. And I'm nothing but grateful for this moment, because I'm reconnected with a part of my life that was stolen from me. Reconnected with the person that I share the same fucking DNA with. Now that has to mean something. It has to. Look, the past is the past. And all that matters to me right now is where we go from here. It's your move.
Check it. Don't wreck it. Set it. I'm on a rebel. Anybody violate, you know when I go round to try them kiss. They on a level. Say no come to me with foolishness, because me not no time to waste. Come on a rebel. Never stand up for my people, them because it is my rightful place. Live by the guidelines throughout my lifetime. And no matter where the wind blows, we all should live by the code. Now when you're on top, reaping from that crop, thinking you're untouchable. But when it all stops, you gon' be alright. When everything's dysfunctional, because you never see it coming. When everything is good and running, that's how it goes. Keep love the bridge you burn. Check. So man a rebel, you should have known about the truth and certain things I say you might not like. Cause I'm a devil, I see the evil that they do and they know that they just ain't right. I just a blessing, strictly loving, I'm a heart about I think that you can block my life. Live by the guidelines throughout my lifetime. And no matter where the wind blows, we all should live by the code. Now when you're on top, keeping from that crap, thinking you're untouchable. But when it all stops, you won't be alright. When everything's dysfunctional, because we never see it coming. When everything is good and running, that's how it goes. Keep love the bridge you burn. That's how it goes. Keep love the bridge you burn. You don't see them coming, yeah. Watch the tables turn, yeah. And you've been rushing, yeah. Just watch it burn. When you're on top, reaping from that crop, thinking you're untouchable. But when it all stops, you gon' be alright. When everything's dysfunctional, because we never see it coming. When everything is good and running, that's how we go. Keep love the bridge you burn. I said, that's how it goes. Keep love the bridge you burn. Yeah. That's how it goes. Keep love the bridge you burn.
Grand Risings, family, Grand Risings. Welcome to the galaxy of we.net. Boy, we come for another moon day. Another moon day. Where they are again. Boy. As we're seeing and we're hearing, Certain things are gone. Certain things are gone. Nature is cleansing the earth. Earthquake, earthquake and thunder. Hmm? Boy, I tell you. Listen, you know the biggest surprise for me? Wait, no, it's no real surprise, really. It's no real surprise for me directly. But it was nice to see. It was nice to see and good to see. The rainfall in the Sahara Desert. Hey, okay, I can't even imagine that, I can't imagine that. A whole season's rain. A whole season's rain in 1 week. I can't imagine that, right? Because say when it rain over here, so boy, water and flood and everything wash away. So I can imagine now that you get all of that in a 1 day, 2 day. I had an experience of a torrential downfall one time. I was driving on the 406. It's an orbital road that runs around London. I was driving down this, right? And I was driving. And because I never experienced them big things before, it's kind of like, whoa, what is this? Let me tell you something. Everybody a drive. Right? So we're doing our 60 miles an hour, and we're driving. And we can see in front of us that it's raining, right? We can see the rain coming down. And as we're getting closer now, you see, like, you know how rain come down, and you think, okay, then, well, just slow down a piece because we might do some aquaplaning, riding upon the water, and all that. So slow down a little piece. So we slow down to about 40, right? And then as we're looking down the road, I'm looking down the road and I see this sheet. I see this sheet of water. And when I say it's like driving through a curtain, right? The amount of water that was falling from the sky was like a curtain right across. It was just pure water. You couldn't even see further down the road. Right? You couldn't see further down the road. And we're still driving towards this thing, and I'm thinking, whoa, hold on. Is it going to be safe to just drive through this thing? It's like driving through a waterfall. It literally was like a waterfall, right? And as trucks and cars were driving into this thing, yes, sir, right? You see them just put on the brakes now because they realize what am I doing? They get brave. And they start press on the brake. They press on the brake because they say, hold on, no, this is not normal. And of course it's not normal, because if you're driving into a waterfall, it's not normal, right? And of course, you don't want to cause no accident or anything like that. And literally, people stood still. They came to a standstill, right? And of course, there's nowhere to go because there's car behind you, car to the side of you and everything. And this thing will approach you. And then when it licked down, it's like an elephant tread on your bonnet of your vehicle. And it's like this, I'm telling you. That's probably what they experienced for 7 days. That torrential downpour of raining right there, so in the Sahara. Wicked. That's good though still, And the thing is, you know what's going to happen? Is that all of a sudden you will see life sprout out of that. Right? It might be just sand and everything what them see right there. Because remember that a lot of the sand is moving because of the wind around. But what it is that there is a lot of land that has been covered over by the sand. And all it needs is that water. And when that water touch it, it rejuvenates. It will reinvigorate that piece of land again. You watch her. By next summer, you're going to see something that grow up on there. And they will go, oh, look at this beautiful oasis. It's beautiful oasis in the middle of the Sahara. Yeah. Land that was left and abandoned years before, and the sand came and encroached on it. Yeah. What would happen? Let me ask you something. What do you think would happen if there was a big breeze that blow all that sand from the Sahara right down to the core? What do you think would be underneath there, sir? What do you think would be underneath all of that sand? Yeah. I think there would be fertile land underneath there, you know. I think there would be fertile land underneath there, to be honest, you know. But then again, water will always find its right path as well. The water will find its right path. So let's hope that it will, that these things that are happening right now around the planet, right? These are the natural movements of the planet here, right? Even the fire cleansing itself, cleansing the earth. You know something? And I've been hearing it over the last few days, right? That there's been many a reference to the biblical, was it, recompense of those who are living in America and all them things there, you know. Biblical recompense towards them people there, over there, right? At least, you know something, let me tell you something. Look, life is life here. Life is life, right? If you want to be part of that and you want to be thinking in that way, so be it. And I've heard it, and I've heard the many of a reference over the last few days while I've been listening in on the Galaxy here as well, right? And but why? I have to laugh to sometime, you know, because sometimes when I'm hearing what you're, how you are feeling towards certain things, you know. Let's take the battle out our front door. Let's make the battle outside of our front door. Why we are looking over there, so where we can't make any influence, we can't do anything. But in our front door, right outside our front door, where our youngs are murdering and killing each other, right out our front door, where our sisters and brothers who are being subjected to abuse from not only the system, but from within as well. So let me ask you another question. Are you really ready to stand up and defend yourself, your family, your culture? Are you really ready to do that? right? Because you're going to be called upon very soon. You're going to be called upon very soon to stand up and be counted. And it's not only to just, oh, let's stand and wave a flag. Let's stand and wave a banner. No, we're going to tell you call about action. Action. There's too many who's this armchair revolutionary. Armchair revolutionary. Some of us are old. Yes, we're mature. We've believed it. We've lived it. We've had to endure it. We've had to. Right? Yes, it may seem like an obsession, but it's a truth that we are chatting. It's a truth. You hear me? Don't tell me not. Don't tell me that oh, it's too much now. Oh, we need to forget. Yes, we're even taking on the language of the Wazungu. We're taking on the language of the oppressor, and we're using that to lambast our own people, man. We live. What are they? We're using that to. Who that now? We're using that to match down our people. Yes, Kingman. The other line now work. Hold on, just a second. Let me see if I can line this thing up here, sir. Don't know if this thing gonna go work here today for me. Yes, Kingman, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good. The other line now work.
No, because I can't. Because I'm abroad, it seems like when I get here, the Skype is cut off, so I can't use Skype.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this, I have it right here in front of me, so I know that it's working because I did test it already with my things there.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because as I said, without that I can't communicate. But
yes.
grand rising to you and grand rising to the Galaxy family. But because I was busy, I didn't get to listen to most of the program. But I just hear you talking about the situation of youths and so forth. And several things run through my mind, and one of those things is traveling on the plane, because many years ago, before halal food was introduced on the flights.
Yeah.
Because as Muslims, we are allowed to eat the Jewish food.
Okay.
You see?
Okay. Kosher.
Because
the kosher food there.
Kosher. Yeah. So my wife told me, because when she booked, she I used to order kosher many years ago. So, but she hasn't done my orders for a long time, so she didn't know that. So anyway, she ordered kosher, and I'm telling you something. It just reminded me of a situation. My brother. It's one of the best meals I've ever had, restaurants or plane or anywhere. I'm telling you. Okay, they spared nothing. They spared nothing on that thing. And one of the things I was looking at, I was saying to my wife, now I understand. You see, these people, they look after their own. Yeah. Everything was wrapped up. You understand? Sealed up. Every cup, every item that came on that plate was sealed up.
Sealed up. Yeah. So there's no contamination can go in it.
No contamination. That means if the seal is broken, that means you bring it to me. Say, wait a minute. No, I can't take this. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm saying how they look after their people. Right? We don't do that. You see, they care about their own.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
Because if this thing come on there and something is not sealed up, and say, hey, wait a minute, take it back. I don't know what is going inside there, whatever. Right? because they care about their own.
Mhm.
We don't do that,
You know what comes to my
right?
mind. You know what comes to my mind, right? And this is not a derogatory. Listen, the listeners. I am not tearing down, right, our people, right. I am not tearing down our people, right. Let me tell you something now. When I was walking through the market when I was in Accra, right, you would have all the foods and everything there, and they bring it in a big bowl,
Mm-hmm.
the mix up and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And of course, there's like flies and things and all them around there, whatever. But food and serving and how people eat is one thing and one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not used to them type of things there. But just like what you say, right? And I have experienced this as well. Like when you go and fly like Air Emirates and all them place there, right? Obviously they're providing a service and they're presenting the best that they can do, right? And is and they take it on like they're ambassadors to their culture,
Right.
even the way
Right.
how the air stewards and the air hostess present themselves and everything. They're ambassadors. You understand?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
if you sort of like pay attention to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will see, irrespective of what your probably experience is with individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is what they will show you. They will show you the best of the best because they are on show to the world through that.
Mm-hmm.
Through that, you know what I mean? Right? So in doing that, and like if you're a person who's interested in different various cultures, right?
Yeah.
You can see the purity of a lot of these cultures, but it's not always emulated through their actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you understand, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so even like for instance, when I was in Istanbul, right? I was there for quite an extensive time. So I got to know and see how people live and everything there. So, right? They in Istanbul you have this river called the Bosphorus River, what runs right through the middle of Istanbul. And one side they call it the European side, and the other side is the Eastern side. Right?
Okay.
I was staying on the eastern side. Right? My hotel was on the eastern side. And I'm going to tell you something. I went over to the European side, right? Just to go to visit a restaurant, and I couldn't wait to get back to the eastern side. I couldn't wait, mainly because of the behavior and the certain ways of how things were going, and I thought, whoa, why would anybody want to go live in that terrorist store?
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Even though, and I've said it many times, I don't follow no religious organization or religion or anything at this time. Right? But it was the appreciation of how people were emulating the culture. You understand? Right? Yes, there were things there that I personally would not adhere to in their ways there, but I wasn't being disrespectful or anything like that. Like, boy, it's wrong that you do them things there, right? And boy, the way how you're carrying on is not acceptable, and all them type of thing there. It's your land. You do what you're gonna do, right? But I won't be participating in it. Simple
Well,
as that.
exactly. I'll give you an example of what you
Mm,
just said.
mm,
Many years ago, I was still in my teens, right? But as I
mm,
said, I was always looking for opportunities.
mm,
You know what I'm saying, right? Where can I get a better job? Where can I increase my
mm,
money and
mm,
whatever it is? That was all my thing,
mm,
right? And when I browse the papers, I used to look at in papers, welders is needed in Saudi Arabia and places
mm.
like that, and the kind of money that they were spent
Yeah.
paying, right? And I talk about trying to do this, and people would say to me, "Boy, why you want to go there? You can't drink, you can't talk to a woman, you can't." I said, "That's not my concern. What they do is their business.
Exactly.
All I'm interested in, I'm going for my work. I mean,
That's right.
if they want to, I don't have to be dancing with them or do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my business, right?
Mm-hmm.
How they want to live their life, that's their problem.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm going there for is to work, and that's all I want to do is to go there and work and get my money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You see? But
Exactly.
unfortunately, people look at all of these things. Oh, but you don't sit with me. You don't talk.
Mm.
And that's what they want us to do when we go to their country, to be jumping into what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would I want to be going to the pub every night for my culture?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's their culture. It's not my business.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the sort of things. But coming to what was looking back, as I said, to extend on what I was saying about our situation
Mm-hmm.
and with the children, with the youngsters.
Mm.
See, one of the things that we lack, especially in this day and age. I mean, I remember many years ago when I came to the UK, it's nearly 6 years ago. You used to have the Caribbean club, this place and that place,
Mm.
and so forth. That we used to go and unite with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? The children from St. Kitts, the children from Levis, the children from Montserrat, the children from Antigua, the children from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
They meet up in this place and they play. They had something, you understand me? A community.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Right? That is what is like. Why these youngsters are killing themselves? Because we don't have that community anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is what the Jews have. They have their community. You can go there. You can talk with each other. They can be trained as to what is relevant to them and so forth. We don't have that in our black community, and we're not willing to put up the money in order to set out these communities. That, you understand me, that when our children come at the weekends, they have somewhere to go, which is their own, and they're mixing with other children from Africa, from all of these places, so that they don't build up this hatred towards one another. You understand me? We are not willing to put up the money to do that. All these other communities, they do it for their own people. The Indians and the Arabs and everybody else, they do that. We don't do that.
We don't.
I'm not saying all, but there's a few of us who does that, like the brother who takes them. But it's a small amount of us who do that.
Right. Hold on. Let's not fall into that category, right? Of comparing us against them, because I feel that we do this too often, right? Especially on this liberation road. And remember, we're taking steps, right, to our own liberation. Okay. Listen, yesterday we had a beautiful conversation on the rising yesterday, right? Brother Jammers, Brother Jacob, right? Dr. Abu, right? And Brother Geb as well, who was in that too. But there was beautiful conversation. The thing is that every step that we make forward, right, is a step of progress. We're even now in the process of still evolving. We will be continuously evolving, right? Until we find our way and our path. Remember, we're starting from behind the start line,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're starting from that behind that, right? And even to get to the start line, we still have to climb over some serious obstacles. Yeah,
Yeah, most certainly.
right?
But as I'm saying that, you know, for me, as I said, I'm seeing this as one of the
Mm.
major problems. You know, when you were talking just now, why we our children, and I'm saying, what is it that is making our children so willing to be going out there and killing each other after years of, you know, I mean, we should have learned by now. And I'm saying that, well, for me, that is what I see that we don't have. We don't have that community where our children, like what we used, you know, when we first came to England,
Yeah,
I remember, like in the town that I was, there was the Caribbean Club.
yep.
It's still there until today. I'm sure that was the same in London and other places
Yeah.
where you used to have the Caribbean Club
There's a
and
few.
the
There's a
Brixton
few that.
boys going to play the Tottenham boys in cricket and things like that.
Right.
But
Hold on.
these days, do we have that?
No. There are those still around, right? There are a few of them still around, right? But the thing is that what's happening is that just like what I said, we're evolving. Our society and our culture has evolved, right? So when people came here, and I'm going to say from in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, right? When they came here in that time there, they were put into a place of where they had to come together, right, for their own protection, for their own existence, right? So that's what those clubs and everything came about. You understand, right? If they were accepted into society, as a lot of them had the delusional view of, wow, when I go to England, I'm gonna live like a king and all them things. If they were accepted into society in that way there, it would be a completely different story we'd be telling now. A completely different story. But unfortunately, right, it wasn't. Right now, it's like the generation that's coming from like that is coming through now. Yes, they're being oppressed, but at the same time, they are carving out their pathway of how they're going to move into their future. Right, a young person of like 20, 30 now, right, is not going to go through the same things that I went through at the age of 60, 62. You understand? So even when you ask for us to say, "Oh, we should look and see what's happening with what's happened in our past," those are the things that's history. Let's deal with what's now. This is why I say, what's outside your front door? What's in your family? Are we dealing with that? Are we gonna make commentary about that in preference to let's burn down America? Good, what's happening to America? Right? Bushfire has been running out there for years. It's only that it just catch their tail now. Bushfire has been running out there for years. We've got one running right now in Africa, right? That is 10 times as big as what's happening in America. Do we hear anything about that? Do we hear anything about that? Where it's destroyed 60% of the actual land of one of the regions, the bushfire. Do we hear anything about that? Are we talking about that? Why are we not talking about that? Yeah. So come on now.
Yeah, but should we not have built? Should we not have built on what we had then? Because what I'm saying is, what we have done is we've thrown that aside. That's what I'm looking at.
Hmm?
We've thrown that aside. We don't have those clubs. We don't have those places where our children can go and meet and communicate with each other.
Mm.
So that is, to me, is what is distancing us right now. So, we have moved away from our
Okay.
culture. We have gone into everybody else's paradigm rather than our own that we had.
Very much so.
And
Very
that is,
much so.
that to me is, I'm just looking at where this problem may be lying, because we seem like we're looking for solutions, and I'm just putting forward my idea, but I don't know. I mean, other people may have other ideas on the matter, but that is where I see the problem is. You see?
No, listen. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I feel that we have to change our base narrative, right? And look to whatever age you're at, whatever capacity you have, right? Yes, you bring the question, why can't it be like how we had before? Right? It can be, but we just have to do the things that need to change to make the difference for the future. And we have to be thinking of the future as well, right? I have a caller. Yes, sir. Who we got on the line here? Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
hey,
Taxi
Kingman.
driver. Yeah. Good morning.
Grand
Good morning
risings, grand
to
risings to you,
everyone.
brother.
Grand rising to you and to Akram. Yeah. Yeah. You said something that envisioned me to call immediately. Yeah. Yeah. And I totally agree with you. Yeah. And I was waiting for somebody on Galaxy to actually use those words, right? I don't see what the excitement about with this fire in America. America, over the years, there have always been some form of wildfire in America. Yeah, always have been.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that everyone else is surprised about this fire. Yeah, you know what I mean. I've heard comments that it's this happening and that happening. Yeah, it's just Mother Nature doing what Mother Nature does, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It just catch fire and that's that. And when it's ready to burn out, it will burn out.
Purify the land.
It's as simple as that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It start by itself and it will end by when it's ready to end. Yeah. And exactly that. About the killing of our young children. I think that personally, really, my people, black people, we all need to get together in a big field or whatever, and embrace each other and say, my brother, my sister, I forgive you for all the wrongs that I have done to you and you have done to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. We hold each other, we hug each other. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, we really need that. Yeah, we really need that because there is too much hatred amongst us. Yeah, we all are fighting down each other. Yeah, we are not doing anything together. You know what I mean? Everybody's for themselves. Yeah, children hate their parents. The parents hate their children. Yeah.
How could that ever come from anybody's mind and mindset to go and say I hate my parents? And we accept it. We accept it as well.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I've I've heard children say that loosely. Yeah,
Yeah,
walking. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I've heard those words come out of children's mouths, right? Yeah,
Mm.
I've really hear that. Yeah, and parents also tell their children that I wish you never did born, and
Mm.
all them sitting there. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Mm.
Yeah, we really need to get together and embrace each other and yeah, and just look each other in the face and say, listen, my brother, my sister, yeah, I forgive you, please forgive me,
Mm.
let us do things together, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, we are a couple. Yeah, yeah, we are a couple, right? Yeah, we are partners. Yeah, you know what I
Mm.
mean? I can't do without you and you can't do without me. You know? Yeah, you know what I mean? We really need to get together and just have a
Oh,
meal and have a drink or whatever, you know what I mean? And we just like a picnic, you know what I
mm,
mean? And we
mm,
just
mm, mm.
embrace each other. Oh, what a thing that would be. Yeah, you know, when we all leave there fulfill and want to move forward together and things like that.
Let me.
Yeah, yeah, we
I can
really
assure.
need it.
I
We
can assure. I
really
can
need
assure you. I can assure you,
it. Yeah.
right? And I can say this with absolute confidence. The majority of us, 99.9% of us, would love to have that happen. 99.9% of us who even inhabit the whole earth would love that to happen. And I'm including everybody in that statement there. So, but that little 1% who come in there and just dirty up the water, that is the one that is contaminating everybody. Yeah. I've been
True,
trying
true.
I've been trying to, let's say, control a lot of the things that is coming in around me and influence within me, around me, right? And I would say, even in listening to others as they make their commentary and things like that. Because let me tell you something. You see when you're doing your programs and everybody's have their program and show, I would say 80% of the time I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm listening, and I'm listening to not only what you're saying, but I'm listening to how you're saying it as well. Right? Yeah. I have a few WhatsApp group there, and people put some things in there and all that. And the question is that you can put things in there, right? But you don't put no explanation why you put them things in it. Yeah. What's your interpretation of why you're putting those things in there, right? And then if you interact with those people who's doing these things or putting these things in there, what's the substance of their discussion? You don't have to agree with everything, but it's just to get your mind. I mean, like, even for you now, right? It's not everything. Like, sometimes you come on here and you will say something, and I say, "Whoa, where am coming with this now?" Right? But like today, I could honestly say, yes, I am 100% siding with you right there, sir. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I would love to see what Brother Akram is saying, that we've got our own community centers where our young people, the next generation, can feel safe to say, I could leave my children here, right? And I know they're going to be in a safe environment, a nurturing environment, right? One of the things that I have been um um it kind of jars me a bit, right? And it's been there for quite a few years. It's a case of that we do this comparison of other cultures. We do this comparison of, they're making business, they're making life and all them type of thing there. if we put as much strength into our culture and our description of our culture, develop ourselves. And remember, we're diasporians. So we're not even part of the source of where we come from. Some of us, myself included, can't even speak the language of our source of where we come from. So therefore, I have to develop a new way of being, a different way of being. Hence, that's why we have Rastafari, right? Because if truth be truth and real be real, there would not be any Rastafari outside of the continent of Africa. Because that would be your first destination you'll be going to. Right? There would be a center, a massive center in the middle of Africa, right? Where they would probably be the jewel. They would be the jewel of African culture. If the truth be truth. You understand? Right? Why? Because they have they've liberated themselves from within a system to come out of it.
Pertaining to community centers, everything. The bottom line to all that is finance. Yeah, finance. Even in the West Indies or in Africa. All right. Yeah, the place is gonna need. The place is gonna need certain amenities to be there. We're gonna also have to have a few grown-ups, to be there to control.
We got enough of them and lay down on street corner.
But to me, but to me, I think the churches is not doing enough for the community, not like how they used to do 50 or 60 or 70 years ago. Hold on. They could open up their church in the evening as a teenager community center, whereby the younger ones up to a certain age go there and socialize together and things like that. The church, to me, the church can do that. They yesterday was Sunday. They opened it yesterday, made a bag of money and close it again until next week Sunday. And then blasted pastor or whoever them call themselves. They're selfish and they're bloody gangsters. They know in their hearts of hearts that they could open up their doors, to and let the youngsters them in, like how those of us at these age, like how we used to go to community centers back in the days, play table tennis, play chess, and all them form of things there. You know what I mean? We don't want big people there. We up to the age of 15 or 16-year-old. We don't want no 18-year-old, just that type of age group there, and take some of the pressure off the parents and off the street. The church is anyway. The church is a different argument.
Hold on. Allow me to take a piece of that. I'm going to bring you back in, Brother Akram, in a second. The churches, right, or religious organizations, they did what they did for their time. This is our time now. I know that there's a lot of these young people who are being hustled yet again. They're being hustled by some of these religious people there, right? Charlatans. They're being hustled by them, right? Fraudsters, right? Blatant. Let's look on the cultural aspect of what we're talking about here. And I know you said, right, for the teenagers, for the young people. But I'm going to tell you now, right across all genres and all age groups, we are all in need of assistance and support.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, agree.
Right?
Agree.
We are in need of that. Culturally, we are so disassociated from each other, right, that we are totally lost. We are totally lost. And you're right. We should have these centers that are open 24/7, right? Even to say, boy, you know what? I got a man, I got a brother, I got a sister, I got a family that is homeless right now. They should have these centers that they can come and say, you know what? At least you can come and rest up yourself out of the rain, out of the cold. Yeah. We should have those centers. We need to have those centers for ourselves, right? And even as the pressure licked down for a lot of us now, we shouldn't have people walking around aimlessly out there, because there's some skilled people out there, you know, and they're walking with Brockfoot shoes, right? We shouldn't have that. But yet that is our reality, right? That is our reality. And I'm only talking about London at the moment, let alone what it's like in Manchester or Scotland and all them places there, so, right? Where we know say that, boy, they don't even get no finance to back them up to Rockstone. And then you mentioned about economics. Let me tell you something about economics, brother. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the rule, mate. That's the rule. Yeah, you pay yourself first. Yeah.
Right.
And then if that left, you share it out amongst each other.
That's right.
That's how the big corporation works, man. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But we don't.
That's how
we don't.
Big corporation work. Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah,
we don't do
true,
that.
True.
Pay yourself first, yeah? And
Yeah.
when I say pay yourself first, I mean to set yourself properly, right? Economically, and then, you know, share for the community as well. As much as you do for yourself, you do for others too.
Yeah. Take the money that you spend, make sure that you get back the money that you spend, and then after that, right? Yeah, you share out the rest.
Exactly.
That's the way Rupert Murdoch does it. That's the way Donald Trump does it. That's the way Tyler Perry does it. That's the way Omar Johnson does it. That's the way England does it. That's the way everybody who has spent do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Food cook, take out mine first.
Exactly.
Put it one side, you know what I mean, and then share out the rest to everybody else. A true thing after. Yeah, a true thing. Yeah, you'll be foolish if you don't do that. You'll be very silly, because in the end, you're going to realize, Rastafari, things done and we never get nothing out of it. How many times that has happened? How many times we have been in a situation like that and we come out and we say, but wait, yeah, the thing done, fell out, and we never get nothing out.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well said. Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Ain't no rocket science.
Yeah, truly.
Right?
True.
Maybe people just afraid to talk the truth. Right? If you're financially illiterate,
yeah, that's the way you
go and learn about finance.
Yeah, it's true. That's the way. That's what you would do.
If you don't know about leadership, learn about leadership so that when you see it or you can be part of it, then you know what it is. Instead of follow fashion about, boy, look how him a dance. Ooh, look how him trousers look. Hey, and all them foolishness there. Right?
True.
Come on now. Look on Elon Musk. He's not the brightest man in the world, but he's made his move, right, to ensure that he can get things done. That's all he's done. You know what I mean? It's not like he's the most innovative person. No, he just put himself in a position to say, yo, brethren, come here, do this, do that, do this, do that. That's it, right?
Yeah, but what we need, we need to recognize each other, and that's my partner, that's my that is my blood, you know what I mean? That is blood, that's my partner, I respect that brother, you know what I mean? I respect that. I respect that sister, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Touch him and you touch me, you get me?
That's right.
You
see a young.
And we all forgive each other, you know what I mean? Brothers and sisters forgive each other because, even in the family, you got brothers and sisters who don't get on with each other, haven't spoken to each other for bloody years, you know what I mean?
All
Because
that foolishness needs to bury that.
This some kind of petty disagreement.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That when you sit down and you really check it out, you say, well, I was a part of that. You were a part of that.
That's
you get
right.
me? Yeah. Them father foolish things there. You know, we need to get together, big picnic, you know what I mean, and have something to eat, have something to drink, have something to smoke, have whatever, you know what I mean? And we just get together and say, I forgive you, my brother. I forgive you, my sister. You don't know, so me love you and team. You know what I mean? All them sitting there, you know, and we just leave and we just say, you just breathe out and say, you know how long I wanted to do that. You know, but our pride and our stupid little, I don't know. I haven't got a word for it, really, because if we did have a word for it, maybe we could find that center and sort it out. You get me?
There's been many a center that has been ready and ready for us to go walk into, right? Only through our ignorance, and I'm going to say it like this: through our ignorance, because we just ignore the words, we ignore the truth that is in front of us. That is the reason why we ain't moving. Right? We get swayed from one thing to another. No set path. No set path. For instance, now, I brought it up earlier on about the killing of our young people. Few years ago, right? There was a peace treaty that was drawn up, right? And it was just a meeting of youngs that came together, right? You know, some involving it, some not, and all them things there, and they drew up a peace treaty, right? And them coming together in that meeting, one meeting, and they drew up that, right? That should be a mantra right across the all of the world right now, for all young people there, for that generation and generations after. That should be a mantra. Yes, we do need it again. We do need one again, right? Don't make it just be the one stop. Every time we drop down, we get back up, and we make it stronger and stronger and stronger, right? Until we can look each other in the face, in the eye, as man and woman, and be in total appreciation and admiration of who and what we are. Yeah? You understand? You're working in an organization and you bear a grudge against this person and that person. What type of foolishness is that? And you're talking about progression. Huh? You can't be living, you can't be moving like that. What type of foolishness is that? don't bring. Why are you entering into something with disharmony in the first place? Huh?
Yeah, well, Akram, have you got anything to say, man? Akram.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him down. Yes, Brother Akram, you still there? He's muted. He's muted. Isn't it? What's going on there? Unmute yourself, man. Why is that? I don't know what's going on there, you know. You might have to call back in again, you know. Why is it? Don't know what's happened there. All right, listen, call back in here. Call back in because this thing now. All right then. I have to ask him to call back in on that one there. I know he's probably listening in on the other side, or he's probably doing something, whatever. There they are. Yeah, man. So you know,
I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you what though. This fire in America, I wouldn't like to experience that.
What's that one there, sir?
I wouldn't really like to experience that. I wouldn't like to be in that. Not even remotely close. I think that's scary when you look 360 degrees and it's just pure flames you can see, and oh my goodness, that must be so scary. You know what I mean? That's one of the
things that a lot of us don't realize, right? How quickly that thing come. How quickly that fire come down upon people, yeah.
Yeah, you spread
right?
quickly, yeah.
Right? And how quickly all of your things them burn up, gone.
Yeah.
I did see one brother there, you know, like, you know, obviously, you know, it's a wealthy district what they're highlighting, but there was one man there, and he's steering his garage, and he's putting water over in cars them, right? About 3 or 4 cars have been there, right? And they're nice cars, you know. And he said, "Look at this! Oh my!" And he wouldn't leave out the place. He's not leaving out the place. And the thing is, the fire you can see on the roof of the garage and everything. And I'm thinking, this man is some fool idiot, right?
Yeah. What was outstanding though? Yeah. CNN on the news and everything. All those people who were talking, not one of them say, "I give thanks for I'm still alive."
Yeah.
Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What all my personal I've lost, but still yet, life is more important than that. I'm still here. I mean, I'm safe. My family is safe and all that. Not one person that him say I give thanks to my ancestors for guidance and protection through this Rastafari for guidance and protection through this. Not one of them. All them are chat about it. I lose this and my house gone and all them things that you could always get back another house, brethren. But you can't get back another body. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't get back. You can't go in Halfords and buy a spear leg or a spear arm, or a spear eye or some dent. You get me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just show you how materialistic we are. You know what I mean? We are very, very materialistic, and we get an example of it every day. We see loved ones and people that we know dying every bloody day, and they don't think nothing to the grave.
Exactly.
Yeah, but those of us who we left behind, we so fixated on material things. You know what I mean? And at the end, it doesn't really matter. You get me? It don't matter. All them sitting there don't matter because you have to dead and leave everything here. Yeah. Everything.
There was one. I was listening to a presentation the other day, and they said that the Egyptians tried it. So the Egyptians tried it, can't see where it is now. I can't see where it is. Yeah, the Egyptians have tried it, but they were unable to do it. Right? Oh, right. The Egyptians have tried it, right? By bringing all their riches with them, right? And it says, but there are people who are still trying it even now by getting buried in like cars and things like this, right? But trust me, soon as your eyes are closed, people will come and take it from there. They'll come and rob your grave. You understand, right?
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same thing. Reality is reality. This
Yeah.
where we are is where we are. When we move on to the next, right? That's a different realm, right? You can't take this stuff into that realm. Yeah. So mind yourself, yeah. Mind yourself.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you know,
Brilliant.
but you know, for me, brother
right.
Aston,
I got him back. Come in it, brother. Yeah, come in it now. Come
yeah,
on.
you know, for me about that fire is lessons to be learned. Okay, and
What's the lesson? What's the lesson?
they show you a guy that when the Gaza war started,
Mm.
he was ecstatic about, boy, they should destroy them, bomb them, this, that, and so forth. Now his place is destroyed. Now he's crying tears. You see, and my thing is, right, that all these atrocities that's happening across Africa, right, when most of these people, because they're wealthy, because things are going good for them, they don't care about who dies and who suffers and all those things, right?
Mm.
Now, the fact is, you know, these people could make a difference in life to this atrocities that the American government
Mhm.
has been portraying on the world for the last 70 years, right? They could do something about it, you know, because if they come together and say, no, you can't do this, America, else we're going to do this with our economy, we're going to take our money. You soon see that the Americans will have a shift
Mhm.
from this global assault that they have on the world. But they have no intention to do that because they're benefiting from it. So to me, this is something to show them, right? Because they look at that. I mean, at least they show that on television every day. They don't show what's happening in Africa every day, so people don't see that as much as like what they see in Gaza and what that place. But the destruction of those places, now that destruction has come upon them.
Mm.
How do they look now? What is their thinking now? Or is their thinking process changed?
I don't
That
listen. Whatever way they're looking on it, I don't think that they're looking on it as a global influential thing. They're just looking on it as a financial loss, right? Even when the report is reporting back, and the officials are talking, they're talking. Oh, this was such a lucrative area, and the properties that have been lost, and the businesses, the revenue. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about the look at the lives that we saved. They're not talking about that, right? That is not important to them. That has no interest. That they have no interest of that in whatsoever in any of their commentary that I've heard. You know.
exactly. I've heard the same thing, like what you're saying.
Mm.
You know, no interest in that. But I'm hoping that as time goes by, that those people can reflect on what those people in Gaza and also around Africa, that America has been committing atrocities again, how those people have got to suffer, no houses destroyed, you know, communities being destroyed
Mm.
because of something. So until you get it yourself, then maybe then they will start reflecting. I don't know.
No.
I doubt
I,
it
dou-
very
I
much.
doubt it
But,
very much. I doubt it very, very, very much. I doubt it. And it's not that I'm tearing down any. Listen, I'm going to emphasize this again. I'm not tearing down anything because of what is happening out there, sir. Right? But it's just the way and the mindset of a lot of their society stay. Right? So I'm not jumping on nobody's demise or anything like that, because remember, there's people who have lost lives out there, sir. Right? There's one that I recall that was reported that a man and his son was killed in there because his son had disability, and he chose to stay with his son and see if help would come for them. Right? Obviously, God was busy on that day, but you know, he unfortunately died in the fire with his along with his son. You know, so
Mm.
but like for me, right, it's just one of those things of nature, and I saw it go. Right? You know what I mean?
No, but what I'm saying is that, again, as I said, it's something that I've seen,
Mm.
that these people of wealth can do something. They can make a lot of difference to all these atrocities that's taking place in the
But
world.
the cause,
And
but you don't see that they're probably the cause of a lot of it.
well, that's what I'm saying. They're a cause of a lot of it.
Mm.
And also, because I'm telling you, like, I give an example,
Mm.
like my country. As I said, I learned a lot of lessons from my country.
Mm.
And we had the volcano. And now my country is supposed to be a British colony. But they were ignoring the people, right? And it was because they had ES Studios, one of the best studios, recording studio in the world,
Mm.
was there. So you used to have people like
Rollers.
like the police, the big stars of the day
Yeah.
would go there to record. And it wasn't until they started making a noise that the British government come and start doing something about it.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You see? So why didn't it take them to make the noise for the government to make a change? It was
Because
there
they
to be
don't
changed. And
because
that's
they
what I'm
don't
saying.
have
They
no
shouldn't.
concern for you. They don't have no just like now, they don't have no concerns for you. All right. Listen, I'm coming to the top of the hour. I'm coming to the top of the hour. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming to the top of the hour, so I'm gonna have to change over now. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
anyway, thanks for that. I mean, like I said, I mean, our situation is unity, my brothers. We need to start changing our
Mm.
narratives, start looking at ourselves, because nobody, as they keep saying,
Mm.
no one is going to do it for us.
Mm.
We have to do it for ourselves. And if
Mm.
we don't care about ourselves, why are we expecting others to care about us?
Mm. All right then. Brother Club now.
Yeah. Mhm. Um. Yeah. Remember that. Yeah, we all need each other. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, we all need each other, and what we need is, yeah, to be loved. Yeah, to show respect
Mm.
and love to each other,
Oh, true
and
that.
that's all we can really
That's
do
a
here.
good.
You know
That's
what
a
I
good
mean?
message to start
Yeah,
start this strong. Yeah, so that's a good message to start
yeah,
this strong one.
yeah. You know, and
Yeah.
that's the way me see it. It's as simple as that.
All right then.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
very
it.
much. Yeah.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Give
Give
thanks. Yeah.
thanks. Yes, I. Oi. Watch out.
They want us to stay blind as a bat while they move sly as a fox. Oh boy, yes sir. People can see it, many are blind to it. Change is on the way, things will no longer be the same. Oh no, you know, all eyes on America. People of places want to be just like America, and I can't understand why. When you have beautiful places like Dubai, oh yeah, lies and propaganda. They speak of Africa. I shot from Nairobi to Addis Ababa and find the truth for myself. Wow, boy, the world is more beautiful than you know. From Cape Town to Accra to Lagos, so much beauty my eyes behold. So much is cool they have never told us. Like how much slave died on Goree Island in Senegal, and how much never reached Caribbean islands. Why? That slave trade was wickeder than you know. I know they returned to Africa for the gold and diamonds. Well, they make it seem like the land is just full of poverty and hungry belly. What a terrible conspiracy. No, it's the truth, oh, yeah. To the truth, oh, yeah. It hurt my heart to see my people of Jamaica don't realize that their music is the savior, preserving the knowledge of our former self. You been in a Gambia. If you never know, you would have been born and raised in a Jamaica. To them love the culture, Rastafari culture. They live the liberty as well. The loves of goodness they're on. So right to live where I'm loved. Celebrate. No how you can keep me from anywhere in the world. No,
So would you encourage someone else to do the full body MOT that you did?
Absolutely. They made it seem.
I came to see Dr. Stephen Ferguson, National Health Clinic.
And when you came, what was you suffering with?
Well, they told me I was diagnosed with diabetes.
Yeah, so you did.
It's definitely the best thing, along with quitting smoking, which Dr. Stephen Ferguson helped me with.
Brilliant. Yeah. So would you encourage someone else to do the full body MOT that you did?
Absolutely.
I came to see